Okay, everybody, welcome to season 2 of Third and Too Long, another Jets podcast. Nobody asked for this, but you're getting it anyway. That's what we do here. Give the people what they don't ask for. And we are back. I am Vinny. I'm here with my brother Dean and my cousin Gene. And we're here to talk about Jets week 1 in the books. Okay, I can see, everybody is ready to talk, but I want to do something first before we get into the game. Okay, I pretended I didn't know the score of the game, and I just looked at the box score, just the stats of the game. So let me read down the stats, and you guys tell me who you think would have won this game. These are the categories the Jets were leading in stats. Okay. Total yards, they were up by 120 yards over the Steelers. Passing yards, almost even. Rushing yards, they were up 130 yards over the Steelers. Yards per play, they won that stat. First downs, won that stat. Third down efficiency, won that stat. Total plays, won that. Sacks allowed, they won the punts stat. No punts at all in the first half. First time since 1991. And they won the time of possession 34 3/4 minutes to 25 1/4 minute. Who wins that game with those stats?
They didn't win the stat that has more points than the other team at the
that one they did not win.
You missed the final stat.
The most important.
Doing the homework that you just did, I almost wish you didn't do that.
It made
because
me
now
mad.
Now it makes it worse. Now it makes it worse. Maybe how about this? Those stats. Do you remember when Obama was running and he had the hope slogan, right? So those stats. I watched the game from beginning to end, and the positive is I want to get that shirt that says hope and then put the Jets logo on because right, we got some hope. But the other stat that's missing is it's the you're a Jet stat. Look what happened. Like the Jet factor is gone.
Well, there's a lot to talk about this game because I mean, and Dean, I'll throw it over to you. But what threw me off was, for how many years have the Jets had no offense, but like the best secondary in football, a great secondary. And so in this game, it was like we had an offensive line that was blocking. We were running the ball. We were throwing. We were playing offense, and then no secondary.
Yeah, they actually played football. It was amazing. They had energy. They had style. Everybody was so fired up every time. Even though Gibson gave up that fumble, right? He got stripped out of his hand, but every time he ran the ball back, right? He got good yardage. He put the Jets in good field position every time. Everybody on the team just was fired up. They had more energy than ever. They just, there was just no defense. The defense didn't do enough, I guess, is really the bottom line. Because the offense sure seemed like they did everything they possibly could. So
you score 30 points, you should have a shot at winning.
You should have a shot at winning 100%, and Dean, you're right. The defense was okay. They didn't do enough, but especially a team that was always right. The defense was the team, so it was pretty shocking. It was enjoyable to watch an offense and a Vera Tucker minus offense. The guy who plays anyway. He's the best one out there, but we never see him on the field, so I guess they still don't need him.
and breaking news, you're probably not going to see him. He has a torn triceps, maybe out for the season.
Gone for the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just the holes that they were opening. Yeah, the holes that they were opening up for for Hall to run through was I hadn't seen that before. Right? I
Right.
mean, he just ran to the line and usually got stuffed, and that was like it. It's like,
Yeah.
but we really got to see what he's capable of if he can get some space.
Yeah.
And they made those openings.
They gave him enough room to make a couple of really good jukes and moves, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I made a comment. We had some guy that works for me was over watching the game, and Jamie was there, and I go, "Hold on, was that a Barry Sanders move?" Can't believe I just said that, but I was like, "Wow!"
But for a guy that normally was met at the line of scrimmage by 2 or 3 large men,
yep, yep,
now we see he can run, which we've always known that, but now we can see it.
yep, yep. I mean, he was fantastic. He's just enjoyable, and what a great compliment because I love that. I love the running back Allen. That kid he's a
Yeah.
pounder. So he's got talent. He can catch. He can just smash it. So it's a great compliment.
What do
Yeah,
we think of the Justin Fields experiment, week 1 in the books?
right on.
No,
I was. You guys know how fired up I was about going after that guy, and I think he just brings a spark to that team, right? Like especially after all of last season, just watching, just like I don't know, Rogers. He was just in a state of rigor mortis the whole time. Like he couldn't even move, And this guy's all over the field, and he's running, and he's making plays, and I mean he's the third running back. He's the third weapon
Yes.
on that
you
team,
know,
and he not afraid to mix it up. I mean, so
I got this. Yeah, I'm sorry.
oh, no, I was just going to say I got excited, to see Ruckert get a pass and to see Taylor get a pass. Like I
Hmm.
want to see more of that, more tight ends, more, and more of that. Let's really mix it up.
I think Justin Fields played without the pressure, not the football, defensive line, but the pressure of you have to perform. Like he came in, and everybody's expectation was, all right, they're gonna run the ball, right? They're
Right.
gonna run the ball.
Right.
This kid, he can't throw. He's gonna is. They're all gonna run, and I think that relieved a lot of mental pressure. I could be wrong, but you know
No,
what? Surprising.
and you know what? And there was pressure on him at the Steelers to, listen, the Steelers want to be in the playoffs. They think they're loaded for the Super Bowl. He comes over to the Jets. It's like, listen, if we could win 10 games, we'll make a statue of you. Yeah, so I mean, it looked like he was having a good time. It looks like he was having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
And they put 32 points on the board.
Yeah.
That's great.
He had
You
time to
know,
throw the ball and make decisions, and the offensive line is probably the biggest improvement from last year, and from what I could see, it's just very big improvement.
last year it would have taken them 8 games to get 32 points.
I know I'm sad about Vera Tucker now.
Say again.
I'm sad about the Vera Tucker problem.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to always be the same problem. He's hurt somehow, some way. How
Right.
long is he on the field?
Is it another
It's
Mekhi Becton deal
yeah,
where we'll
yeah.
where we'll trade him to another team and he'll win a Super Bowl?
for
Right.
not, for not playing.
Because we fixed all of his ailments, right? We
Yeah, right,
patched
exactly.
him up.
Exactly. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Mekhi Becton sits out for how many years goes and now he's got a ring.
He's the best used car out there. I mean, everything's been taken care of.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. But look, no punts in the first half at all. When did we say that? I mean, literally 1991,
Yeah, yeah,
when we still had to dial up internet.
yeah, yeah.
We had AOL. That was the last time. All right, I want to start a conspiracy theory. You ready for my conspiracy theory?
What do you got?
Alan Lazard, a healthy scratch, week 1. I mean, look, how much more Justin Fields could have done with Alan Lazard also on the field? Maybe we're talking 40 points. He's a healthy scratch. Are we trading Alan Lazard for maybe some defensive secondary help or anybody?
Well, he comes with a big price tag, doesn't he?
Because moving that contract has got to be really hard. I mean, who has lots of money and needs another wide receiver like that?
Well, I'm not such a huge fan because he drops a lot of passes. He catches some clutch ones,
Yeah,
but he dropped a lot, you know. And what is he 75? How old is he?
75. He just turned
Yeah.
75 this year. Yeah.
Just yeah.
But why? But a healthy scratch in week one. I mean, are they saving him for next week for against the Bills? Maybe they feel like that's a better
I
use
don't
of his
know.
time. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe there's maybe they're just looking around to see what they can do, what's available. I mean, he kind of came with that whole Rogers,
Right.
Rat Pack
Yeah.
thing with all of his buddies. So, maybe, there's probably more than we understand of what's going on, right? There may be some tensions, but if he has upside, maybe, him and some crypto and, we'll get a couple of, a couple of, other guys to come in and I mean we really do need like Sauce needs some help. He needs some really serious help. Like he can't do
Yeah.
it all. He cannot do it all in the backfield.
And
There
I
are
think,
way too many long balls caught. Playing zone
and,
or
and
whatever
I think
just
even
doesn't
with
work out.
Aaron Rodgers, I think the Steelers are a very average football team. I think that shows the deficiency in our defense. And yeah, Sauce Gardner. It's like Sauce Gardner and then 10 guys.
Right.
I don't know if Rogers is he's gonna sustain, what we just saw for the whole season. I just don't. And I wanted to keep Rogers, by the way. I
I
wanted
did
one more
too.
year,
I
you
did
know.
too.
Um, but that's the concern on that. And to back up Dean, yeah, Sauce needs help. Like Stevens, he got burned. He got burned like
Oh yeah,
all day. Sauce is all over what's his name? The Metcalf, right? And
yeah.
they just lit him up on the other side.
Well, that's it. That's it. And there's no Revis Island anymore over there. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I
We
don't
don't have
I don't think I don't think the Rogers experiment with the Jets failed. Um, because of Rodgers. I think it failed really because of Hackett. I think it was
no, I
that whole
agree.
offensive scheme. Just nobody could really make that happen, and that is not the offensive scheme he's running in Pittsburgh, right? Because he's got a bunch of old veterans. They spent some money to bring in a bunch of veterans on that Pittsburgh squad. So when he's slinging the ball around, because I don't know what adjustments, if any, Pittsburgh really made to the offense that they've always run, other than just adding Rodgers to it. So
and look, the Jets defensive line is not there. I mean, they could get no penetration, and the Pittsburgh O line handled them pretty well all day and
yeah,
gave Rodgers time. They are not going to have that sort of advantage over everybody as they go through the season.
Do you know how many sacks? Because I know they sacked him. How many sacks did they have on Rodgers?
Mhm.
it'd been more
Like
than two.
three,
They allowed
four.
Okay.
sacks, and Fields got sacked once.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
again another great stat.
Mhm.
yeah, that is yeah, another great
How did we
stat.
lose?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's the special teams. So I mean, I just think about this: two times going for two, right?
Here's my Nick Folk autographed Jets football right here. The spirit of Nick
Uh,
Folk here in the box.
Nick Folk. All right, he folked it up. I can
He
tell you
did.
that. So, I mean, if yes, he missed it. It was a problem. They had a penalty. You come back, right? And then they went for two. I'm like, take the point because
Take the
that
point.
point's gonna take the point. And then, right, the next step. So now they were forced to go for two, and they didn't make it.
Right.
So we're talking a tie game. We're talking overtime right now. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I kind of liked the 2 point call. I like the aggressiveness of it. I mean, it feels very Aaron Glenn. I
well,
mean, he was an
it
aggressive
it
player.
does.
He's an aggressive coach. I kind of like it.
And speaking of Aaron Glenn, you could see. I think that team we watched right? Which was one of the better games of the whole day.
Yeah.
By the way,
Well,
definitely
until
was.
that
You know,
Buffalo.
yeah. Well, actually, I was asleep. I couldn't. I was out. I couldn't hang. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. So, but what was I going to say? Oh, the that team, that was an Aaron Glenn team.
Yeah.
It was, and at halftime when they talked about the penalty, right? On the Had the penalty, stick it up for the QB, and they're like, "So what do you think about that?" And he goes, "That will be corrected."
Mm.
I appreciate that our guys are sticking up for the QB, but there's a better way to do it. That will be corrected. I was like,
Mm.
okay, I like it. Just so enough said.
No, I do.
Completely.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I think he's
Yeah,
going to be.
yeah.
I think he's going to be great, and I think he'll find a way. I'm just so surprised. I picked the Jets this week because I always feel like on a new team the defense gels before the offense does. But in this case, it's kind of been the opposite. But I think there's
Yeah.
just no horses over there on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Mhm. I'm very excited. Jermaine Johnson is back.
Yes. Well, and that's going to help.
Yeah.
That's going to help. We'll save that because we're going to have a little preview of the Bills game at the end of the podcast. And then poor Xavier Gibson probably can't leave his house after dropping that ball.
He's like right now. The Red Sox, Bill Buckner, when the ball went through his legs and the Mets won the World Series, he had to move out of Boston.
And Gibson
Yes.
wasn't even supposed to be returning punts. He wasn't even supposed to be returning kicks.
No, no, he wasn't. And do you know, I didn't know this, but he's been on the bubble
Yes.
of,
Oh,
yeah. And when I heard that, I was like, "Ay." So I haven't really seen anything. I've just been so crazy that any updates I just haven't noticed, but I'm waiting for that one to drop, you know.
Yeah, but in the whole scheme, he didn't have a bad game. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, his other
I
runs were
like it. I don't know if you
they
guys watched the Hard Knocks, and Gibson was on the bubble of not making the team,
yeah.
and and he made. So we were always rooting for him. I'm like, all right, you know. And then when he dropped out, I go,
Oh,
"Ay."
oh, well, he did get stripped. I mean, in his defense.
He did get stripped. Yeah,
yeah.
he did get stripped. I mean, you gotta, yeah, give him that. Absolutely.
They used him a few times last year, right? They would sneak him in a little, wide receiver position or maybe a little running position, and he always looked good. I mean, he did what he needed to do, right? So, I always wondered why they didn't utilize him more. Um, but I mean, I thought he was all right on special teams. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
thought he gave him a chance every time.
Yep.
Every time.
He's fast.
And
Mhm.
the other thing, I mean, we did lose this game. The other thing I cannot process that is also messing up my worldview is that we lost the game on a 60-yard field goal, which normally be like, oh my God, a 60-yard field goal. That's at this time of year with nice weather and good conditions, that's you go for it if you've got 60 yards. I mean, that's what an NFL kicker is now expected to do. If it's a nice day or an indoor stadium, 60 yards is your range.
Oh yeah, there are
Yeah.
college kids sending it 60 yards.
Yeah.
Freshmen,
Mhm.
I mean,
So it's like you're watching that going 60 yards. Oh my God, that's a million to one shot. But I mean,
Closer.
but that's it. I'll tell you that right now. That's not the only 60-yard kick we're going to see this year.
I
I bet
agree.
we see five.
and
I'll go put the over under at five.
nailed a 51, 52 yarder at the beginning of the game with room to spare. I
Yeah,
mean, it
now
was
you
like,
expect to make a 50-yarder.
yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
forget what was Folks. Folks had a field goal. He was 50 plus 51, and he made it by the skin of the laces.
Right, right. Now he's 40,
Yeah,
so
he's catching up to Lazard.
he's catching up to Lazard, right? Exactly. They both wheeled themselves out, for the warm up. But you know what? 50 yards. I mean, that's table stakes now in the NFL. If you can't routinely kick a 50-yard field goal in good conditions or inside, you're not in the game anymore.
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, that's it. So it changes how you coach it. So that was, also, heartbreaking. I can't remember what that last field goal was. It was long, but I don't think it wasn't. I don't think it was over 50. I think it was in the 40s.
I wasn't watching. I was asleep, just
I
like
turned it
you.
off.
How was that?
I turned it off. I missed the great, the great comeback.
Great
Let's,
return. You missed it.
let's talk about the Bills. I mean, the whole division right now is 0-1, except for the Bills, and the Bills were this close to being
To
0-1. The whole division could have been 0-1 at the end of the week. Well, we're playing the Bills next week. What do we think about the Bills? I mean, they couldn't find their ass with both hands for 3/4 of the game, and then suddenly they woke up and they're an amazing football team.
Yeah,
I
mean,
didn't
I
any,
don't know.
so
It's it was really. I guess from what I saw of it, it really like the Bills, the offense was probably no different than usual. I mean, they're, kind of slow, kind of methodical monster. But it was all Baltimore. They were on fire. Every time they touched the ball, it went in the end zone, right? I mean, they
Yeah,
had all of that momentum. They were going, and the Bills defense couldn't stop them at all. I don't know who lit what kind of fire under them to get them going, but I mean, they were just,
Josh Allen.
it's, yeah, I mean, it was
well,
kind of,
that's
they
it.
were just doing their normal thing. They weren't really, and they never seemed panicked. They never seemed like they were in trouble when I was watching it. They just kept marching along, plodding
Yeah,
along. So, it'd be interesting to see what team shows up for the Jets game on
right.
both sides, right? You know,
And it's always funny because even when the Jets stink, which has been quite a lot, they always play the Bills tough. They always play the Bills tough. And for some reason, I'm not saying the Jets are going to win. I'm not predicting that, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Bills team confused me. I mean, everybody goes, well, Ravens and Bills, two best teams in the AFC, and it turned out to be a great game. But I think that was kind of a gift, for the
yeah,
Bills to be able to come back and win that thing.
sure.
If
Yeah.
Josh Allen gets a hangnail, that it's over.
Right.
They're done.
Absolutely. He's the workhorse. He's just a blue collar, whatever it's gonna take guy, right?
Mhm.
He's not a Brady. He's you know what I mean? Is just different. He's big, he's strong, he's like, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah,
And
if he's out, I don't think that team play that team will play for him. If he's out, God forbid something happens to him, it's over. They can all go home and jump on their tables and do whatever they do. All right, should we do all right, I want to do 3 rounds of predictions.
wow.
I want to do predictions for the game against the Bills next week, MetLife Stadium, another home game. I want to do predictions for who wins the division, and we're gonna get it down here. Super Bowl matchup and winner. So we're all going on the record. Who
Super
wants
Bowl
to
match.
who wants to go? Let's start with the game next week. Let's go around the horn on the game next week. Dean, who you got?
I have the Jets. I have the
Really?
Jets. I do. I have the Jets, and I think the Jets hang another 36 points or so on Buffalo.
All right. You think it's 36 points to not as many for Buffalo.
Exactly.
All right.
To not as many. I
Not as
love
many.
it.
He didn't. I don't want to corner him on a
Yeah, that's
Bills.
that's the stat. That's the stat they're going to really go for this time is having more points at the end of the game.
Look, it could listen if that first half Bills team shows up, they could do it, and if they play any kind of defense. So I don't know. So all right, I got you down. Gino, what do you think? Bills Jets
Well,
next
I
week.
was I was gonna go for the shock value and pick the Jets. but Dean already got it for me. I'm still gonna stick Jets. And I don't know why, but 30-28 Jets.
30-28 Jets. And, and you know what? I, I don't want to sound like a homer, but I think there's something going on at the Jets. I really do think something is happening there. And I think it's like last week, a lucky bounce, Jets win that game. I think they get that lucky bounce against the Bills. I'm going to go Jets too.
All right, look at this across the board.
But big numbers, yeah. It's like a 35 to something game.
There's something less than 35.
Like, I'm
All
not a
right.
Bills fan. I'm here to predict something less than 35. What do I look like? I was told there'd be no math. All right. So, who wins? We can probably go with this. Who wins the division? Dean?
Jets.
Jets. Okay. All right.
Jets win the division. Yep.
You think Josh Allen, I don't know, has a hernia or
Um,
misses the
yeah,
play?
he just signed another big contract, and so now he's just kind of like
That's true.
cruising on into retirement. He's like whatever, he's doing his thing.
Looking at
Um,
a house in Florida. Wearing a
another
bucket
house
hat a
in
lot.
Florida. He's he's like he's calculating how many boat feet he needs to go next. It's a different measurement for those guys
All
for
right.
sure. Yeah, you know what? I think the Jets win it. I think everybody else stumbles, and the Jets get it.
Look at Gene. He's gonna. It's a good thing he's got a very form-fitting chair because he almost fell out of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's the Bills. Yes, Allen's gonna slip. He's just gonna be thinking about Florida and the big contract for the whole rest of the year. But because he's such a tough guy, I think he's gonna pull it off. He's a competitor. So he sticks the season out, even though he twisted his knee on the ice up in Buffalo. Oops, I gotta go to Florida. All right, I'll finish the season.
Oh, but I think it's Bills. I think it's Bills. And I think they win the division. I think they lose the AFC Championship to the Ravens in a rematch. That's how if they were writing the season, which that's my other conspiracy theory. That's how they would do it.
A lot of pressure here, Vinny.
I
A
know.
lot of
I know.
pressure.
But I mean, look at the rest of the division. I mean, listen, we're Jets fans. We're a twisted knee away from being the Dolphins, which those poor
Um,
bastards.
and what's his name? The coach. What's his name?
Mike something.
But yes, he's like, all right. He came in and it was like, oh, this is like a whole new thing. That's
Yeah.
over. Come on, I'm over it. So
Now
I
they're
don't.
saying he might be the first coach out. I feel
Already,
I
bad
well,
for him. I mean, they've got nothing. They got nothing.
yeah, yeah.
They've got one or two
Well,
players, which they honestly should trade to us.
we need do we need
what it would be.
we need Braxton Burris back?
That's not who I was thinking. But
All right. So you want to
all
go?
right, Dino, Super Bowl matchup and winner.
God, so much pressure on this. It means I gotta think. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. All right.
Ah, and that's I don't have anything to back that up. Anything of any substance. and I can't pull this one together. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to go Ravens.
Okay. Who wins it?
Ravens. If they get there, they'll
You think they get there, they win it. All right. Dino.
I don't know. I don't think it's Kansas City's year at all. Um,
Everyone's counting out Kansas City.
Yeah.
you know what? For some odd reason, right? And I hate myself for saying
You
this,
don't think
but
Taylor Swift deserves a Super Bowl, her Super Bowl moment?
no, I don't think so. Uh, Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay. You think they right the ship? Okay, all right. Cowboys and who else? Who's your AFC?
Hmm, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm?
Dolphins, biggest comeback in history.
No, no, let's just go Jets.
Talk about
I don't think Dean's being
Just do
serious
it
about
all
this
the way.
pick.
Let's just put
blindfolded.
all the coins in there.
I did know that there was better odds of the Jets winning the Super Bowl this year than of one person winning the Powerball.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was
That was
close.
that was that was a good that was a good that was a good article. That was very timely. Yes.
All right, I am going Ravens. I think Ravens beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game, and my NFC team, I'm going Rams.
Ooh.
I think they get better every week, better, 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 and they come through and lose a heartbreaker to the Ravens. There's my pick.
I like
All
it.
right.
0% chance of that coming true.
I like it. Yeah. But I think 0% chance of mine coming true either, unless something happens to Dak Prescott. I think so. I think he's the Achilles heel in the Cowboys.
He had a good week. He had a good week, and I'm not a Dak Prescott fan. He had a good week.
Yeah.
Well,
And he had
maybe he
two
just
good
needs to
weeks in
be
a row.
spit on every game. Is that
That's
his
right. I think
motivation?
that's right. That somebody should spit on him the first game. That was yeah. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Is that the dumbest thing you've ever seen in a football situation?
Well,
That's Woody Hayes tackling somebody off the sideline. Dumb.
Well, and
yeah.
then Jackson going after the fan in the crowd that was bopping players' heads when they were coming off the field.
Also dumb, but at least he played. The other
Well,
guy got kicked
sure.
out before
Sure.
but he
You know,
snapped the football.
just because I'm a big baseball fan, right? So I can't stand anything out of Philly. It's the fans. I work with a couple of people from Philly, great
It's the
people. I
city of
love
brotherly love, Gene.
yeah. You know, and it's I don't get it, right? I mean, they had a magistrate at this stadium for years, right? Like,
Right.
give me a break. So, oh, you go to New York, it's going to be great. No, go to Philly. They're going to spit on you. Who knows? Like anything. Like I'm not. Hey, we don't like anything about Philly, and then you watch that, and I'm like, it just it just solidified, right? Like, all right, I'm out. Philly, you're done. I don't like anything about it. I don't like the teams. I don't like the fans, and I hate to say that, but that's how I feel.
I think we should all write our congressman and say it's time to move the Liberty Bell somewhere nicer. And they can bring the cheesesteak restaurant. But other than that, we're walling it off. And that's
Well, I was recently in Philly, and I did the Gino and Pat's taste
it.
test. Well,
I'm so
all
who
right.
cares? Who cares?
Well, because if it comes to food, I'm in. Right, that's the problem. I'll
Any
find an
difference
excuse,
between the two? Any perceivable difference between the two?
but a little bit, and
Oh,
if I
stop.
close my, yeah, I don't know. I could go with either one. There's
Because
just
they're the
it's
same.
but I enjoyed that they're across the street and all that.
I do
And,
like that. I do like that they're across the street. I wish they had I wish they would come out and fight once a year.
yeah. and smack some cheese whiz on the other guy's head and move on. Take that.
Take that, Pat. Take that, Gino. Oh, man. Exactly. All right. Enough of this. We are done. Season 2, episode 1 in the books. If you are listening to this on any of your podcast sources, give us all the stars they have and send it to your friends and make them give all the stars they have. If you're watching it on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and subscribe and all that stuff, and send us your questions and send money. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is possibly the greatest podcast we've ever done.
We are every season.
This very one. This is possibly the greatest podcast we've ever done, for sure.
Deed, you're amazing. He's the voice of positivity here. Like
this is the Aaron Glenn influenced podcast.
It is.
That's right. That's right.
Division, Super Bowl, the best podcast ever. All right, we can't argue with that.
That's it. Dean is here, predicting big predictions for the podcast and for the Jets. All right, that is it for Third and Too Long, another Jets podcast. Any last words, guys?
Don't forget, it is the best chant in the NFL.
Jets. Jets.
Jets.
All right. See you next week, everybody.
Adios.
All right, guys.